Alright guys. Now I'm not going to be hype casting because that's a lot of energy. But I will do my best to cast, given that I turned on the right observer interface. Please tell me I have on the right observer interface. Fuck. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get into it then. Let me relearn hotkeys real quick. Alright. So, spawning here in the bottom left-hand corner of Iron Fortress, we do have our red Protoss player, PteroDuck. I'm remembering hotkeys, yo. Give me a break. Over here in the top right-hand corner, we do have our blue Zerg, and currently the score is 1-0 for PteroDuck. He is Orbitz. We do see a pylon coming down at the natural for Duck, so he will be wanting to go for that wall off here pretty soon. Does send the probe out for scouting, and it does look like he will get last scout, unfortunately. For now, we just see Orbitz joining up, so hopefully he'll go for a hatch first. That's something that I noticed whenever I was playing with him, that he didn't have a very consistent early build. His hatch and pull and gas timings are all kinds of all over the place. 15's coming up. And it looks like he'll be going for a pull first on 15. Actually, no. That was... what? 14. What's happening? He went for... oh, a gas as well. Holy crap. What is he doing? This isn't a build. Go for a hatch and it's a build. Oh, he's not going to go for a hatch, is he? Oh, okay, he's going for a hatch finally. Oh, don't break my heart like that. I was going to cry for every Zerg ever. But the Forge, we do see the Forge finish up for Duck. So if he decides to... oh yeah, there's that weird pathing right here with the probe. Whenever you send him across, for some reason he goes like all the way under. But with that Forge finishing up, I'm kind of hoping that Duck does kind of do something to stop this hatchery, because once he comes in here and he sees pull first, I mean, even just a pylon to like force drones off the line, you can cancel it later. Just something, because there's really nothing that he would be able to do for at least the time being until links come out. We do have a photon cannon and gateway coming up to try to finish up this wall here a little bit, and he will want to finish that up with the cybernetics core, which we should see drop. Well, no, never mind. He's not going to put the cyber core there. Go for it. Do it. Alright, it looks like Duck's just going to get out of there. It's unfortunate. Wanted some evil casting. Overlord for Orbitz is inside the base, does see the saturation and also the gases just now being taken at the main base. So hopefully that'll prompt him to be like, oh, okay, I can just drone madly for a little while. Because he has absolutely no gas. Proxy pylon looks like it's going to be coming up over here in the top right side of Orbit's base. And with the hatchery finishing up, he should be making a couple more queens. Oh, we'll come back to that. Natural just now finishing up for Duck. And he's got 3 and 3 in gas, so he's going to be wanting to go pretty heavy on getting out the units that he's needing to get out here. First thing that I would assume he'd go for is Warp Gate. Please give me the Warp Gate. No. Where's the Mothership core then? Nowhere. Get Warp Gate. Oh god. You're floating. Do it. I don't know what he's paying attention to, guys. Get Warp Gate. Get Warp Gate. Link speed is about halfway done over here. That's something I did fail to mention, but we have a Roach Warren coming up right now as well. Some Lings running across the map trying to get a little bit of damage done, but he's got his wall off pretty tight here, so I don't think that those Lings will be able to do too much of anything, but there is no mothership core out right now, so he doesn't really have much to push back. Oh, having that sentry out in the... Oh, the sentry, though! Get it back inside! Get it back inside! Micro! That's not micro! That's micro. This probe has still not been found yet. It looks like he's just wanting to block the third hatchery. Roach Warren is now finished, but the drone saturation is a little bit lacking, with floating a lot of gas right here as well. So we'll see what he does decide to do with that here in a minute after he drones up just a little bit more. Over here we see Duck going pretty heavy on the sentry count, but I'm guessing that's so that he can go and eventually take his third without too many issues. Both gases up now for Duck at the natural, and I am missing where he threw this unit at. Or has he not built anything out of it? He has a Stargate now, by the way, guys. There he goes. Now he's building something out of it. And it looks like he's going to be going Phoenixes outside of his Stargate there with the Robo on the way. I need to pay attention more to what's going on up here, but the third base for Orbitz is extremely late at this point. Definitely needed to go and take that a long time ago, but I don't know. He may be going for an all-in, but he really needs a Bane's Nest if he's going to be doing that, so that way he can just try to, like... Actually, this pylon right here would be great to hit with Banes, especially if it doesn't get force-fielded off, because you'll be hitting that, and hopefully some of the splash will hit over and catch the other pylon as well. Another gas coming down at the net for Orbitz at the moment, but his units really aren't doing anything, so all Duck has been able to do is just probe super, super hard. His saturation is just insane compared to his opponents. He's got 46 probes to 33 drones. Like, come on. Bro. Mothership core just now popping up, and this Phoenix is going to start getting to work on some of the overlords that are around his base, and Orbitz is just now panicking. He does have a lair, so he can tech the Hydras right now and throw down some spores in his base and just try to pull back every overlord that he can, but I don't think he's going to do that, unfortunately. He's still extremely under-droned at his natural base here, and also is starting to get supply blocked by the unfortunate Phoenixes that are out on the map at the moment. Right at the moment, or here, we see Duck going to take his third base, with those Phoenixes still kind of moving around the map just a little bit. And it looks like Orbitz is going for just an all-in off of 1.5 bases. So we'll see. Actually, if he goes right now, stops that third base from coming up, kills all the units before they're able to get behind the wall, he wins. Go. Move. All of it. You don't need everything there. It's just going to get picked up. The unfortunate part is that he has absolutely no vision of what's going on over here. So if he had even just some vision, he could have been like, well, I'm going. Observer there for Duck does see the Lings, but I don't know if he's quite reacted to them yet. They might have just barely slipped by where he wasn't looking. Probe does get taken out, but these Lings are not going to be able to fight +1 Zealots, so they're going to have to back off for now. Does lose quite a few of them, unfortunately, but name of the game whenever you fight Lings with Zealots. I am still not sure what his plan is, so we'll come back to that. But Phoenix is just kind of hovering there. Unfortunately, they're not getting to work on the overlords that are around the map here, which would give Duck an insane advantage over his opponent, even though he's got pretty big advantage as is, with 3 bases mining and no way of this base going down anytime soon, apparently. He wanted to make sure that this was walled, guys. But he needs to start up Colossus production here pretty soon, because I see nothing. There's 1 Colossus, my bad. He needs to continue Colossus production. He should have at least 2 or 3 by now. Well, 2 for sure, with what he was doing, especially considering he didn't go too heavy on the Phoenixes. Hydrogen just now finishing up for Orbitz, with still only 3 gases and very little saturation. He's floating a lot. So, and that mostly just comes down to he hasn't been building enough drones to take more bases to, well, do really much of anything. Injects are lacking as well. If his injects were better, I'm sure he'd find it easier to spend all that money. And I think he believes that these Phoenixes are more of a threat than they actually are, because at the moment there's only two Phoenix that are going to do absolutely nothing to you as far as picking up a whole bunch of units and making it to where you can't fight. We do see the Dark Shrine there as well, and I will be right back. I'm sorry, give me just a moment. Alright, and we're back. Sorry, I had to go pull my food out of the oven, but it doesn't look like I missed too much. Finally, we have those Phoenix scouting across the map for some more Overlords to kill. Just also kind of checking around the map, make sure there are no shenanigans, because he has been on 2 base for an extremely long time. So, hopefully he'll... Oh, there he goes. Now it goes to take his 3rd hatchery. But production for... Okay, production for Duck hasn't been too bad. I expected him to have many more Colossus than he actually does, but he's also been getting a couple of Warp Prisms here and there. So, not too big of a deal, but it looks like he is going to be looking for a Warp Prism harass to hopefully try and pick apart a little bit of his opponent's economy here, but that economy is needing very badly. It is needing. But that is a pretty big army that he's got. He hasn't been just completely doing nothing. So yeah. Looks like the Warp Prism is going to be coming around the top side here of Orbit's base, looking to go into the main. And the 3rd base for Orbit's just now finishes up. Hopefully he'll be able to saturate that pretty quickly. I'm not gonna lie, I'm finding it hard to cast this one. Because to be honest, Duck could have won a long time ago, but you know. Alright, a couple of Lings getting to work on one of these pylons coming up here. Oh, this one Zealot getting really, really low, but he should be able to take out... Oh man, takes out the Zealot. Oh, oh, I called it wrong. Everyone panic. He is the tank. And it looks like... Is it queued up to go? Alright, so that's something we need to teach Duck, is how to queue up drops. But he's going to get to work starting to contain his opponent here by putting up some cannons at the pylon. Warp Prism's still kind of just chilling there. But he is going to start going in for the attack. He is getting his units all in a relatively decent spread here. And there's the storm. That was a really good storm on a lot of those roaches there, but he needs to hit in this clump of the Hydras back there. Good force fields keeping him back, but he doesn't have much to really fight with anymore. He could just A-move right into this, and GG has been called. Brood War? We'll play Brood War after I